The reason they were so controversial is because they were asking stuff like, how do you keep the Sabbath? How do you keep kosher laws?
Right.
You know.
Bye, guys.
Love you too. God bless.
See you, Ron.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Yeah, and you're right, Chauncey. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't canonized, but so it's extra biblical, technically, but there are historical references that are relatively credible, like some of the same authors and all that kind of stuff. And like Paul wrote that third letter to the Church of Corinth, and that's probably pretty.
The first one that we don't have. We don't have.
Yeah. Well, I meant the third in count, not chronologically, but. In fact, I think that they think it's the in-between one.
No, it's the
No?
first one.
First one? Okay.
We
Yeah, I
decided
used to
that.
think it was the other one, and we.
You used to think it was the other one too, huh?
Yeah, but it's actually the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you can tell by the semantics and how he references certain things that he talked about and all that, but I haven't really gone specifically to figure that out. Any other questions or comments? Are you guys going to go out there and start really respecting your brethren and
Yes.
and not force them to eat what you...
Yes.
Anyway,
So
yeah, go ahead,
I
Andy.
have my friend Jim.
Yes.
He's 75.
You have a friend?
I do.
I'm
I
just
have
kidding.
one friend. And the only reason is because he's 75.
He can't run away from you anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Have any of us met him? Okay, so this is speculation.
Oh!
Hey, wait, none of you know what, Andy, I don't know if we know each other well enough. I got
That is... Oh!
The guys,
Poor Andy.
the guys that went out with to Oceanside with me that one time. Anyways,
Yes.
I had a car in my shop. He took me to and from a couple times, and I started talking about this.
Right.
Well, first of all, I was like, I don't know how we've always talked about, okay, why are you not eating pork?
Right.
Why are you only going to Sabbath or observing this Saturday as a Sabbath? And so we had this long conversation just the other day in his car. He drives. So I was passenger. He was driving his truck. And so we are, I started talking about how I started to learn
Right.
a little bit about the testimony about how the church started. Actually, it started, this is how it started. Going to the baby shower for the walkers, right? Explaining what I bought and stuff, and where they live, and how the church started, etc. And so, I don't know where this is going. Why did I start talking about it?
I know it sounds too
Something about telling your friend.
Yes. Oh, anyway. So
No, wait a minute. Is he 75 or are you 75? No.
Actually, I'm only 9 years old. I'm 9 years old in the Lord.
Hey, cool.
I'm a baby. So,
All right.
my point is, I guess, is that.
Andy, is this going to take long? No, I'm kidding. I've been wanting to say that to somebody for so long. I've been wanting to say that to somebody for so long. We're being so rude to Andy, starting with you back there. But go ahead, Andy.
No, actually, it is going to take long because we started talking
Yeah.
about, how I'm learning, how
Right.
he's teaching me, and then I'm listening to him. I've listened to him many times. He's a mentor of mine.
Yeah.
He's a Sunday keeper,
Right.
and he's this, whatever he wants, but it's about the relationship, and I agree. All these things, it's about the heart change, and Jesus is the only way to the Father. And
Right.
all of these things that I agree with. So this study, this talk, is not just about food, it's about coming together, being united in the Spirit, in gentleness and love,
Right.
letting the Lord teach. And so I'm just like praying, God, give me the spirit of patience, kindness, wisdom, truth, love.
Wow,
all these
good.
things.
Awesome.
Understanding. He's been a Christian for 40 plus years,
Wow,
right?
yep.
And so what can I tell him?
Right.
That-
But do not despise your youth.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
also pray for the veil to be lifted.
But yeah, and that's my prayer. I see my heart changing toward my brothers that are at Calvary Chapel or and whatever, and they love the Lord with all their heart.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And
They
so
do.
my prayer is changing, my attitude is changing, and just my heart to just be around them more, and just to I'm in prayer more for them. Because I know it's not going to be an intellectual sparring thing that's going to win them over to
No.
receiving the full, counsel of God. I don't even know if that's a correct word or anything, but I guess my thing is, like Paul, like I said earlier,
Yeah.
I think, about the blessings, where the blessings comes from. If I could just illustrate in this one point, this past Feast of Tabernacles was my
Right.
first feast.
Yeah.
I was like, how come I wasn't taught this and observed this and kept this? It was such a blessing. I'm so happy to be here.
Mhm.
It's like when everyone's missing out on this
Right.
kind of joy
Right.
that the Lord is, with the fellowship and the Spirit and God's love, that kind of thing that I want to share.
And can I ask you a point blank question? With what you've seen here with Paul's heart, God's heart, okay, because Paul's speaking, this Holy Spirit is speaking through him, can you see how your desire, and I've talked to Pastor Scott about this is the reason why I have such a desire to be sort of a transitional guy, because I love those people. I want them to have what we're finding.
Yeah.
Why would I just say,
Yeah.
you guys are missing out?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard for me to just,
Because
yeah.
you love them
I love them.
and you want
Yeah.
them to experience the fullness.
Well,
I remember too being taught in Sunday
Exactly.
church that the Old Testament didn't apply anymore. It was just the New Testament. And of course they would do some, but it was that we're in the New Testament. And I always wondered, why is Easter and Christmas not in the Bible? Always wondered that.
Mhm.
And we go, I never got it.
Maybe it's in one of those apocryphal books. No, I'm kidding. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
but I think a lot of it is, well, how long was your transition?
From where to where?
Well,
From Sunday to Sabbath? Yeah, it took probably, like, I've been coming here a year and a half, probably, at least. And before that, probably 2.5, 3 years of going to Tuesdays.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you see
Took a
the
while.
transition. here.
Absolutely.
So you have a heart for people in terms of transition, because a lot of people, it's not an immediate transition.
Well-
It's an ongoing learning. It's an ongoing growing. It's an ongoing process that takes time.
Well, as a matter of fact, to your point, Chauncey, so people here could actually hear the history of this, is I had that passion to try to share these things with them, and that's when I wanted to meet with these guys, and it's when we started meeting, is I felt like, how about a Sunday? How about a midweek where this is taught, but where Sunday Christians would feel okay to attend? Because the thing that keeps them out of the door a lot of times is like, oh, Saturday? No. We go to church on Sunday. And what I'd love for these guys to
Right, they're never going to hear it.
and that's when I called you and I called those guys and I said, hey, how about this transition thing? Remember that, Scott? Because that's where our heart should be, is to reach out to all people with all that truth. And that just because the brothers don't understand that, we can't be condescending, because we were there at one time.
Exactly. In Sunday church,
Right.
you always did have a Wednesday night you went.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're talking about
yeah.
kind of like a Wednesday night in the sanctuary where you invite the Sunday.
Or where, yeah.
And I will tell you this, though, everybody's different. And I'm not saying we're not servant-hearted here, but I've never seen a group of men, a men's ministry, where the men are, you ask Danny, short Filipino guy, he will agree with you that those men, they get there 4 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, and I'm talking about a slew of guys, build the stage at Linfield Gym every morning for the past 10 years,
Yeah.
faithfully. In fact, I was a little concerned. I told Pastor Ted, I said, the most concern I have about the new building is that these guys aren't quite in the same service as they have been for the past 10 years, but they are so faithful in serving. And I'll tell you, when I needed to move from my house property in Duluth, I didn't want to say anything, because the minute I said something, boom, they're all like there. And you know what? There's, just like different churches,
Servants, they have servants' hearts.
in the Bible, I believe there's characteristics and culture in different churches. And that church does have a real servant's heart type of men that is uncommon, because in most, I spoke there one time about the statistics of our men's ministry and our women's ministry there, and it was about a 2-to-1 ratio, which is, you think that's bad, but it's pretty good. Twice as many women as men were serving, but in most churches,
Right. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
it's about 17%
Yeah.
are men. There's a statistic I had found, something like that. It was something disparate. It was like crazy. And And so they've done a really good job. And Scott knows Ted and those guys there too. You've met them with the Go Mobile stuff and all that. They're good guys, yeah.
I was at Calvary Bible College this morning.
There you go.
Addressing a group of 25 young ladies in their 20s
Good.
about our parachurch ministry.
There you go.
And it was a huge impact, and they loved it. And so, again, it's out there doing good works. You mentioned that today.
Yeah.
It's, not being shy about telling people we love them and rolling up your sleeves.
I didn't even think about that.
Getting out and helping.
That angle though, Go Mobile is amazing because what it's done is it's locked arms locked a lot of churches' arms together in commonality where it counts. Pro-life, Jesus Christ, and all that.
I don't know what it is, I've never even heard of it. Well, I
Pastor,
know that's what he said, what is it?
Pastor Scott, you want to tell them what Go Mobile is all about?
It's a mobile pregnancy clinic where we go out in the community with an
Oh, is that
RV.
what that big?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a
We
pro-life
always,
ministry. We show women life in the womb, we counsel them, we share the gospel with them.
I saw it around.
Yeah.
Can we help you please put chairs?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we want to
please.
help you.
Oh, that'd be great. Could you guys put the chairs up?
Many hands make the work easier.
Well, thank you.
So what do we do, just put the chairs
Yeah,
right
just
here?
put them right up against that wall. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera off. then.
That's what
One second.
Standing right
Well, I can't do that. Because I